What is up, everybody? It's your boy Caps, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about one of the best games I've played in the past 10 years, and that is Arc Raiders. As we know, the Server Slam wrapped up a couple of days ago, and I played all 3 days. A lot. I played a lot, and it was very, very, very good. I want to give you some of my thoughts, and officially first time playing the game since I didn't take part in Tech Test 1, which was closed, and Tech Test 2, which was open to the public. I did not take part in them, and I'm super excited to give you my thoughts after playing the game for the first time, after being excited about it for at least 2 years. So, here we go. What did I think of the Server Slam? What was it, first of all? What was the Server Slam? The Server Slam was basically just them testing out their servers. They didn't want to give us too much. I saw a lot of people complained about the content, and I think that if you complain about there not being enough content, you don't understand what the Server Slam was for. They just wanted to give us a sneak peek. They wanted everybody to jump in, give the game a try before it comes out. On one map, with a little bit of stuff, some locked crafting, locked upgrades. You weren't able to do a lot of stuff, but that is fine. We know why it existed. It just was basically to test their servers and to get some final tweaks here and there done, which we'll talk about at the end of the video. Oh yeah, by the way, I would really appreciate it if you liked, subbed, if you enjoy the content. There will be a lot more Arc Raiders content on the channel, so drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know what your favorite gun was and what you got the most kills on. Yeah, back to what I was saying. Overall, gameplay was really balanced. It was stable. For me, the game was relatively stable. I had some issues here and there with my frame drops, but not too many. Keeping in mind I was playing on PS5, I had very little frame drops, and a couple of times I got the game crashed for me. It was, I think, twice, not more than that. Plus, they also rolled out a hotfix, which fixed it. I didn't get any crashes after that, so that was really cool. The servers, yeah, I did say the servers felt really stable across 3 days. There wasn't too much issues for me. There was more issues with people playing on PC. There was some crashes, there was some frame drops, there were some issues that people were having, but of course this is not the final build of the game. They did mention that, and we'll talk about that at the end of the video. Server Tech Test 2, I believe, felt a little bit better when it comes to stability-wise, but this is exactly what the Server Slam was for. The gunplay. Man, the gunplay. Honestly, the gunplay feels so good. It's actually crazy. The gunplay was one of the best things about the game. I think for me, personally, the guns feel very responsive. Bullets go where you tell them. Upgrading a gun actually makes a difference. You'll see that, for example, in a video that's floating around somewhere online. If I'm able to find it, I'll put it up. With the anvil, when you reload, how quicker it reloads when it's at level 3 versus level 1, how quicker it shoots when it's at level 3 versus level 1. So that was really really good to see, and really good to experience the actual gunplay and know how to play the game a little bit before it comes out. So that was a cool thing about the Server Slam. Any overpowered weapons, in my opinion? I don't think so. I think the weapons were really balanced. I think the balancing is phenomenal when it comes to the arc, the weapons, the movement, the sprinting, the stamina. Maybe I would say when you heal, it takes a little bit more time. If you're a solo going on a 2-man or a 3-man, you might have a little bit of an issue. You might get stuck in some situations, you know? Reloading is a little bit slow, but that's intentional. I do want to mention that this game was made, I feel like, with so much intention behind every single step that has been taken to make this game, and it really shows. From the lighting to the sound design to the gameplay itself to the visuals and the scenery, the shrubbery, the water, the sound was something else. In this game, I believe the proximity chat is it's going to be so much fun when the full game launches. What I do have to say about the combat loop and the gameplay cycle in general is that the gameplay cycle feels very, very new every single time. Yes, you do have the basics. Go in, get stuff, kill people, get out, right? But at the end of the day, this is what the game is. People complaining about third person, I understand. Not everybody who likes first person shooters or shooter games in general likes third person. That is okay. It's not for everyone. But I believe this game will have a core audience and a core player base that actually really, really loves it. And it being third person is not a problem for me. I love first person, third person, anything. I mean, hell, I grew up on Gears of War. I grew up on, you know, all the amazing games that we played. GTA, always third person. Gears of War, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. These were all third-person games. First person came in for me personally, when I started playing Call of Duty, and I enjoyed it. I really had fun with it. At the end of the day, it's not for everybody, and some people might have an issue with it, which is fine. Don't play it. I don't mind. More loot for me. With that said, I do believe that some people, they might lose some players. They might lose a player base that likes FPS shooters. But again, to caveat what I just said, I think that even people that do like first-person shooter games will love this game. Absolutely love it. Also, the team play, I have to mention, when you're playing with a team, it flows. The movement is flowy. The combat is flowy. Everything that you do with your team feels like it's supposed to.
What do you mean by that?
It doesn't feel clanky, you know, it doesn't feel rusty, it doesn't feel rough.
What?
It feels like your movement, the way you take gunfights in this game, it feels very, I'm going to say it again, intentional. Every fight that you go into, that being either with Ark or with other players, you're in for a lot of trouble, you know, and that might be the end of that fight, might be the end of your run, might be the end of your raid because you get clapped.
Relax.
By the Rocketeer. It happened to me. I think you'll see in this video. Keeping in mind, what you find around the map is really balanced. I feel like when there's a different environment on the map, for example, we had a new environment added now for this server slam. We had the electromagnetic storm and the night. It was in the night time, and that was overall better loot around the whole map. Nighttime raids, sorry, have better loot. So that is what I will say about that. The loot is overall great. I love what you find. The stashes or those beacons that you shoot the flare up to get the loot drop, they kind of get stuck sometimes. I got, in this video you'll see, we got it stuck on the dam, the downhill on the dam, and we weren't able to get it, which was kind of unfortunate. But I kind of like that because they're not making it perfect for a reason. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get that loot because we dropped it from the sky and it landed where it landed. So that was kind of funny. It was a really cool moment in the raid. We were trying to get it. We used a zip line. You'll see in this video, we used a zip line to try and get up to the dam and try and quickly click to open and breach the loot box to try and get the thing out. But things out, but we weren't able to. So yeah. Enemy AI. Let's talk a little bit about the Ark. The Ark itself is awesome. Fighting them is amazing. They felt really good. They didn't feel too easy. They were hard. And I think it's good. They were punishing, but that also is intentional, and I like that. I don't like for them to just be bullet sponges, just take bullets and just die immediately and just be a waste of time. You know you have to shoot the propellers. You have to shoot the propellers for the flying arc. You have to shoot those rolling ball arcs before they get to you. You have to run, you have to jump. It's not easy. The game is not easy, and it's not meant to be. It is casual because I believe people can pick it up and enjoy after work, coming home, jumping in a couple of raids with friends, and I believe that is, you know, that is possible. And it's not a game that, like, for example, Escape from Tarkov, where you're not playing the beginning of the wipe. You're in trouble. You're in trouble because if you start with the wipe with the weapons that you have, you may be in trouble. People are already geared up. People are already higher level. They're moving better, shooting better. So this game isn't like that. You're always able to start with the same loot, always able to run a free run if you don't want to waste any of your loot. Free run is basically like a scav run in Tarkov, but this one you use your own character. And you are able to level up as well. You get a randomized loadout, and if you extract with it, you keep it. If you die, of course, you lose everything. What I will say about the player interactions, I did mention a little bit about it earlier. They were so fun. Being able to speak to people using proximity chat was awesome. People were rude, people were fun, people were nice, people were, you know, people were people, basically. But proximity chat in this game is going to make so many moments go viral. I'm telling you. They already have, if you just Google Ark Raiders, you will see proximity chat moments everywhere. They are hilarious. So yeah, the overall how I feel after 3 days is amazing. The game was, it surpassed every single expectation I had. It made me happy again. Gaming felt fun, and gaming hasn't felt fun to me in a long time. What I will close off and say here is that it was phenomenal. If I were to give this game a rating out of 10, it would be a 9.9 because nothing's ever perfect. This is as close to perfect as I feel that you're gonna get. If you did play the server slam, drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know what you thought about it. And let's quickly jump into what they said after the server slam ended and what they have given us. So basically they said a massive thank you, the server slam, and what's next. To all the brave raiders who joined us for the Ark Raiders server slam the past weekend. From the entire team, thank you. Your participation was absolutely vital. We designed the server slam to stress test our systems and reflect real-world feedback. And you delivered. We were working around the clock to improve fixes and tune the game for launch. The key takeaways were stability. So I didn't have too many issues with this, but stability. You helped us quickly identify and resolve stability issues across platforms during the test. We locked in even more solutions to heading up to the launch day to ensure a smooth launch experience. The flying arcs. Here I did have an issue. It turns out their awareness was a bit too high, allowing them to essentially see through trees and bushes. This made their vision unintentionally overpowered. But we've adjusted this. We've adjusted what they can see now, so expect a fairer fight at launch. This happens quite a bit. I'd be hiding in a bush and it would just spot me and I would be shot at. Just out of nowhere. I wasn't even moving. It was completely quiet. Nothing. So I'm glad they're addressing that. Also, the damn tower. You guys aren't going to like this one. We watched many of you bravely and perhaps a little too easily access the launch tower on damn Battlegrounds. It was fun to watch, but a bit too accessible. For key loot location, that's been fixed to help keep the challenge sharp. So overall, I'm not going to let you just jump off the ledge, grab the ledge, and you can get into the key room without having the key. That kind of sucked, and I'm glad they're fixing that. This I didn't recognize because I didn't play Tech Test 2, but some of you noticed the visual difference between Server Slam and earlier tests on certain hardware. The default settings did change a bit to favor more performance, and we are looking into tuning further to strike the right balance. So that is what they had to say after the Server Slam. A fun little image at the end, what they gave us, and some cool little stats is that we had 30 million rounds played, deadliest arc being the Rocketeer. Players knocked down by the Rocketeer were 2,356,295, over 96,000 recorders found. And this one is kind of, you guys are cold. Almost 2,700 raiders were knocked while playing the recorder. Most crafted weapon was the Pharaoh, which we all could have guessed. And Queens eliminated 77, which I was kind of surprised about. 108,000 raiders were knocked down by the Queen. 58 million arc were destroyed. 26,000 players were down by lightning. And 816,000 rubber ducks collected. Hell yeah. And it's Scrappy there with that cool little cowboy hat. That's what I have for today, guys. That's what I have. If you want to see more Arc Raiders content, stay on the channel. I would appreciate it. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment. Let me know how you enjoyed the Server Slam once more. And yeah, I'll see you guys all on October 30th. See you topside. Thanks for staying to the end. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Goodbye, peeps.